55192. You want to text. If you listen on the iHeartRadio app, you can leave a message with the talkback button there. Whether you're listening live or listening to the podcast, you can do it either way. I'll have another chance, last chance today, for you to grab $1,000. You can go fund yourself here in about 5 or 6 minutes. Another keyword straight ahead. Hey, Nicole.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, what's going on?
Nothing. I was just calling in to talk to you guys. You guys were talking about how, when you have parents that pass away and stuff, you have people that want to go after whatever payout there is available. And I can tell you from experience as an ICU nurse that people have come in before when their family members are on their deathbeds and tried to steal jewelry off of their body. While they're, like sedated and on a ventilator, they'll come in and try to sneak the rings off their fingers. They try to get people to sign checks over to them while they're sedated. They'll put their magic to work and they'll talk money out of them when they don't know what's going on. And you see a lot of fist fights. You see people will do some crazy things for money at the end of people's lives.
And as a person as a human being who's standing there, or you oversee it, or you're just the medical professional in the room, there's nothing you can do about that, is there?
It depends. We have, obviously like the police that can get involved at whatever hospital that you're at, but I mean, morally and also legally, if they're not the power of attorney and these items aren't supposed to be going to them, I mean, you can report them, but I physically can't step in and do anything. But,
right.
I mean, it's definitely emotionally draining. If you have a family member that you love and you put yourself in the position of that dying family member, you kind of sit there and go, how can you just come in and take something off of their dying body and be okay with it, They'll come from all over the place.
No, before they lost all that weight, you couldn't get the ring off, It's an opportunity that presents
right.
itself. Right.
I guess.
Okay, thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bill from South Jersey checked in on the talkback button.
Alan, Bill from South Jersey. Hey, I think I can actually beat your inheritance story. So not only was I mysteriously written out of my father's will, but my sister excluded me from attending my father's funeral, and I have no idea where either my mother's or father's remains are at this point. So, that's how bad it can get. Talk to you later.
Wow, I want to know more about that story. You met Bill, didn't you? He's our bureau chief in South Jersey there when you were in Philly.
He came to the shows
Helium?
at the Philly Helium. He's a big dude.
Yeah. Boy, I want to know more about that story, boy.
That does not sound fun.
No, you don't know where your
going back to the
parents' remains are.
To Nicole's call, that's horrible and just like unimaginable. And why isn't that a reality show?
American Pickers, but like Deathbed Association.
American Pickers. Hey, how much you want for this ring I took off this dead lady? I'll give you $50 for it. How about 75? Sold! American Pickers. All right.
We've been watching a lot of Antiques Roadshow lately. That's been a staple in the house, and I'm...
See?
Auntie's
boring.
Auntie's Roadshow. There it is. You're picking stuff off people's bodies.
There it is, yes. And then you take it to an appraiser. Where did you get this ring? It was consensual.
Oh, boy. Power of attorney?
You could have just said your aunt.
How did you get locked into Antiques Roadshow?
So that was a show my dad loved.
Other than being white. How did you get into it?
My dad always loved that show, so we had it on his kids, and then we just started watching it again a couple weeks ago. We were just flipping through. We got the DirecTV streaming service or whatever, and it popped up, and we're like, wow, we got to go back to this. People with I found these plates in my basement.
Now let me ask you this, because
$15,000.
there is only one question that's important when it comes to Antiques Roadshow. Okay. And it's this. Is it more fun to see somebody find out they've got some crazy valuable item, or is it more fun to see somebody who thinks they have a crazy valuable item and it is not? What's the more satisfying scenario for Antiques Roadshow?
I don't know.
Because I love to see the. I don't watch it often, but I love to see the color drain from someone's face when they're convinced they've got some 16th century Vermeer in the back of their garage, and the guy goes, "This is like a
$60."
Yeah, somebody painted over an Emmett Kelly clown painting or something, and that's more fun.
I like the people's reactions when they genuinely don't know what they have. Where they just, like this old lady, she brought in, it was a bowl and a plate. brought it in. She was like, I found this in my garage, whatever it was. And she's very old. And the guy was telling her, he's like, pointing out this is 18th century China and this is this and this is that. And then when he tells her face, she like looked like she's going to go. She put her hand over her mouth. Her hands are shaking. She was just like, oh my, well, that's a surprise. I'm like, she's just so genuinely.
And then they put a title card up. On her way out, she had a stroke and died.
Right.
From shock and surprise. But also that show, I mean, it's a show like any other show. It's curated, it's produced, it's kind of
edited.
Yes. But the people that they have there, the appraisers,
the expert,
it's still only worth what somebody will pay for it. So the appraisers could go, well, we could put this up at auction and see what we get. But the appraisers are like, I would say this is worth $275,000. They might only get, who knows how much they get for it.
And they always are careful to say that.
Yes.
From what I've seen, this could go at auction.
Yeah.
So people are probably taking it into a pawn shop like, hey, this is worth $80,000. And the guy's like, I'll give you $25,000.
Yeah, they get Rick Harrison on the other side of the thing.
Yeah.
Listen,
Best
I got to make money too, all right? I'm running a business here. Yeah. Yeah, it's so full of qualifiers that they'll get in there and they'll say, maybe if you did this, you might get kind of.
Yeah.
Alan, I sold a bunch of old bourbon for $70,000.
Whoa.
How old was it?
Well, listen, that's something fundamentally that's got to be aged to be good, right? So if
Yeah.
you just set it and forget it, or you find it or whatever,
It's also important that it's still bourbon, because once it becomes pee, it's worthless.
you just,
It's aged and triple distilled, honestly. Once through my kidneys.
you just cannot flip beverages. That's no fun.
Barely any resale value.
Slightly used.
Slightly used by an old lady who drank it at church on the weekends. I got $1,000 here for you. It's a chance for you to go fund yourself. Last one today, so listen closely. I hope you win. Good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword money at WMMS.com. That's money. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
There's a guy who, did you see the story about the guy? We have bureau chiefs in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. One of them sent me, I'm sorry I don't have the name in front of me. We have a couple people up there in Fond du Lac. I'm very familiar with Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And there's a guy up there who is, boy, this is his big claim to fame, and he's very, very proud of himself. This is a guy who has eaten a Big Mac every single day for 50 years.
Yeah, I know this guy.
Don Gorski is a guy, you can't believe he's got kids or a wife or anything, because you're like, oh, this is a lonely dude, and this is what he's done his whole life. This must have started when he was a child, because I don't know how old he is.
The story is when he got his driver's license, he drove to McDonald's and got a Big Mac, and then he's like, man, that was good, and drove back and got another one.
So you saw the guy, right?
I've seen it, because they've been doing stories on this guy.
Oh, they have?
For 20 years.
Okay. Well, anyway, he's got glasses,
Yeah.
and he's got these gray mutton chops. He's got this bowl cut with a ponytail in the back.
Mm-hmm. He's a cool guy.
I mean, he looks like a guy who, needs a little bit of help getting around. He's not fat. He's just one of these freaks of nature. You see these skinny guys who eat Big Macs their whole life. The streak started on May 17th, 1972. And I just assumed he had no kids until they interview his kid in the thing.
The streak started on May 17th, 1972. That's when Don Gorski of Fond du Lac started eating Big Macs daily.
Oh, I've only missed 8 days in 50 years, which is phenomenal. And like I say, I count
phenomenal is the word I would have chosen. But that's
phenomenal.
The word he chose.
on every Big Mac. I've counted every Big Mac I've eaten my whole life. So I got
He's got this giant chart. It's written down.
He takes it serious.
I got my count sheet from day one yet.
His streak is still going strong as he crosses the 50-year mark. He eats 2 of the burgers a day.
All through life here, a lot of people said, well, aren't you you'll be dead before you reach 50 years of eating Big Macs. I guess I proved them wrong.
Those around Gorski, like his son Gideon, aren't surprised at his persistence.
We always went to McDonald's with my dad and had Happy Meals, and I always loved my chicken nuggets, and my brother always loved his hamburgers, and it's how we grew up, and it's just an everyday life kind of thing for us.
Gorski says he'll keep eating the Big Macs with a Coca-Cola on the side until he dies.
A lot of times people say, you look like I'm eating a Big Mac for the first time, and I guess that's how I feel sometimes. They're that good to me.
Oh, I don't know why this makes me so mad. This guy, he's living it,
you
right?
mad?
I hope this guy dies tomorrow.
Why
I
does
hope
it
he
make
dies
you mad?
tomorrow.
It's because this guy's not a big fat slob. That's why it bothers Alan so much, because you're so restrictive with food that you see a guy who's eating a Big Mac a day and you're like, this POS.
Big
Oh,
Macs
no,
today.
it's not jealousy.
I think it is.
No, it's not. I don't. Listen, anyone can eat a Big Mac every day. I don't care if you're a big fat slob or not. This guy's not. I mean, good for him. He's like, everybody told me I'd be dead. I mean,
He's
he
a
should be
weird-looking
dead.
guy.
He's a very strange looking guy.
He's got his own style.
It's just
all
that,
right.
that this, because I guarantee, this is probably why it pissed me off. I guarantee this has taken precedent over everything else in his life.
It's an addiction.
His kid is standing there. His grown son is standing there trying to, like, you know, make a silk purse out of a sow's ear here. Yeah, we had a good time, and you know,
I like chicken nuggets.
We
My
got
brother likes
tired of it, but my
burgers,
dad
so-
hasn't. But you know, this was the most important thing in this guy's life. Listen, there's not a whole lot going on in Fond du Lac, but there's a couple of things going on. He's going to eat Big Macs and Cokes till he dies. I hope that happens next week.
Man, you really hate this guy.
No, I don't.
what it
I don't
is.
know the guy.
I think it's...
Do you remember one
Nice.
segment ago when we had the conversation about self-control and discipline? That's why this guy is disciplined, Alan. He has a lot of self-control.
Yeah.
In that he makes sure that this happens every day. That's discipline.
That's not self-control. He has
It
2
is.
Big Macs and a Coke every day.
yeah. That's self-control
He
around
just-
all the
he's
other
got
things
his diet
in his
under
life.
control.
He
Yeah.
just accidentally hasn't gotten fat. He's one of these freaks in nature. He's got some kind of metabolism, right?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't say that's all he eats every day, but part of every day is eating 2 Big Macs and a Coke. And it hasn't killed him,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, okay, he got lucky. I don't know what he's trying to do with the look. He's
The
got
look is very
The
strange.
look is bananas. He's wearing a dumb red shirt with a big pin. 25,000 Big Macs. It's not. I don't hate anybody, but I guess it's what I get so aggravated at what people prioritize. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What people take seriously and don't take seriously. And this guy, he's on the map for eating Big Macs.
What if this is all this
Like,
guy has
man,
going
walk
for him?
into traffic, please.
This is all he's got. This is all he's got.
He's got kids. I don't know if the wife is still around. She was smart. She left a long. She left 42 Big Mac years ago. She was smart. Oh, this guy.
But he's got all that special sauce to give.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Got
don't
those
know.
sweet, sweet sesame seed buns. How many do you want?
Sweet, sweet sesame seed buns. Yeah, I was reading this other thing. They're like, Americans eat 4 salads a week. They do not. I guarantee you.
They mean across America.
No, they also mean like
The
all
average,
of America.
They go, the average American eats 4 salads every week. I guarantee you they do not.
potato
They
salad.
tell whoever calls that they're eating salad.
Egg salad, ham salad,
No.
potato salad. Yes.
Ham salad.
No.
You've never had ham salad?
Ham salad.
It's like chicken salad, but with ham.
From Hardware Wars.
People are eating those kinds of salads for sure.
They looked at the state of salad and revealed iceberg is the best salad base. That's how you know people are not eating salads.
But that's what they think a salad is. Now
Ugh.
listen, and here's why I think this is true. Because my dad would pride himself on having a salad at nearly 400 pounds. It was iceberg lettuce, pepperoni, ham, salami, ranch, and cheese.
But that's not a salad that's
But
going to
it
help
is.
you lose weight.
No, it's not about losing weight. To these people,
Then
that
why
is
eat a salad? But if you aren't worried about losing weight, the people who eat that kind of salad think that's going to help them lose weight.
If they think
Otherwise,
it's
otherwise they'd be eating Big Macs. Americans eat 4 salads. I eat 6 or 7 a week, and people call me a homo. Don't tell me they're eating 4 salads a week.
You could eat no salad again for the rest of your life.
people would still say that.
You son of a bitch. Listen, I'd argue if I could. But I don't know. I don't know why people are lying
Yeah, but
about
you
what
won't,
they.
homo.
I don't know. Poundcake. I'm so sorry. I don't know why people are lying about what they eat.
It's like when people go
Who are you
to
trying to impress? A guy on the phone calls. Hey, do you have salads? Yeah, I do.
But you also have to take into account there are people that they eat salad all the time, and they're up in the numbers, so they're getting that average up.
vegetarians.
There's people eating a lot of salads and people
Vegans.
eating no salads.
Or they'll have a little bit of a salad.
Or
You
maybe
know,
they
it's
mean
like
like
a side salad,
with
yeah.
dinner. Doesn't have to be an entree
Okay,
salad.
a side salad.
I think I've had
So like a couple pieces of lettuce, and people go, "Yeah, I eat salad."
salad.
and I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
salad burger.
stand by what I said about potato salad and chicken salad. That people are probably like, "Oh, you like salad? Yeah, that's a salad."
But I guess if based on the
mayonnaise-based.
I was gonna say,
salads.
based on the way you described it, the broad definition people
Yes.
have of a salad, that's what's churning these numbers out. Okay.
Yeah,
Ham salad.
That guy.
I had a ham salad this
That
morning.
dude from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, eats 2 salads a day. They just happen to have buns.
There's lettuce and pickles
Yeah.
and onions.
Yep. I want to see this guy eat 2 McMozgovs for a day for 50 years.
I heard that's kind of dangerous. It killed his son.
Well, you got to be careful about that stuff.
Yeah.
But those sound delicious. If I recall correctly, because I was listening for quality control. I was listening to the podcast last night. And the McMozgovs were 1 beef-looking patty.
Beef-looking.
Regular sauce.
Yeah.
Beets.
Not special, regular.
Right. Yeah. Beets. Mm-hmm. Goat cheese. Pickled beets. On a rye bread bun. Mm-hmm. That sounds so good, boy.
And it killed his son.
Yeah, clearly.
Mm-hmm. It killed little Mozgov. Mm-hmm.
I thought little Mozgov was his dingling.
His penis?
Yes.
Well, it was. That's where the confusion was, because it was the name of his son, but also the name of his penis, or what he referred to.
And
it
which
as.
one died?
Huh?
What?
They both died.
Got it.
Listen, I've got to take a break. If you want to text for anything, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com. You want to watch, and you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.